Meeting with Taylor people.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you belong with me, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're my anti-hero.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna write another story.
You know all of them. Have to get you on for it.
Yeah.
Yes, I do see a substitute coming. Let's see if John can see me.
Yeah, it's definitely, he's doing all his stretching at the moment.
Yeah, no Rory.
So must be changing him right at the start. Yep, Jeremy.
Origin here we
Yeah,
It looks
no,
like
thanks.
Harvey could be coming on as well. Harvey Solly.
Two of them. Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gosport Radio. We're back for second half commentary. Hopefully, this time the commentary lasts a bit longer than the first half commentary did. But Basingstoke going into this break, goal to good actually. They lead 2-1
Ladies and
currently.
gentlemen, Gospel making a half-time substitution, introducing number 21, Ben Greenwood, replacing number 3, Rory Williams.
So Jeremy, a substitution start the second half. Williams off, Greenwood on. I mean, we did see Williams hobble a little bit in that first half, so you would have to imagine it's going to be down to injury. That's all.
Yeah, he didn't look very comfortable, and you can't really risk it either because the game's come thick and fast. You've got Bracknell at home on Wednesday, and you've also got away to Sholing, which is going to be a toughie next Saturday. So you need all your squad members as fit as you can get them, so why risk it? Now, James is tweeting, so the second half has just got underway. We're about 10 or 15 seconds in. Gosport attacking down the left-hand side. Good move coming together, but cut short by Billy Upton, the scorer of Basingstoke's second goal. Ironically and interestingly, during the half-time interval, the cameraman filming the game is adamant that goal's offside, James.
A lot of comments on
Adamant.
our Facebook page as well, repeating that.
So it would be interesting to watch it back, but ultimately it's all futile. The referee gave the goal, Gosport 2-1 down, so they've got some work to do. But I think the feedback's critical for the match officials though, because if they did miss it and it's on tape, at least then they can learn from that and take it forward.
Yeah.
And at the other end, Basingstoke suddenly threatening actually. Can't quite see who it was pressing forward. I think it might have been Armsworth, who's wearing a bit of a bandage around his wrist there, James. So, sorry, no, it's Joel Laughlin, beg your pardon. Wearing a bandage around his wrist, didn't see that in the first half, so hope he's okay. But Basingstoke now trying to build from the back. They are losing out here to Luke Kirk. Watch the offside, Ethan Taylor. Yes, there you go. What did I say? What's the offside?
Yeah.
Bingo.
Oh, just a little bit too far in front there, Ethan Taylor. Oh, it was promising there from Luke Cook, I thought, coming forward. Just played the pass a little bit too early for Ethan Taylor.
But Ethan himself, he knew, he was just literally half a yard off and he knew it. He was watching, waiting. But at the same time, he strayed off. So it's all about the heart of just staying on side, isn't it?
Well, going back to that substitution as well, Jeremy, Ben Greenwood, back playing for Gosport in league terms. How refreshing is it to see him back in the Gosport shirt?
Absolutely brilliant, because he was such an influential player in the first couple of games of the season. Then he was injured, wasn't he? And he's stayed on loan. He's obviously gone back to his parent club for treatment. However, he's back here and bringing that experience to bear.
Well, he was the man who won Gosport the game. Last time we did play Basingstoke. Could he get another goal today? That is the question. Basingstoke on the attack, though. A cross coming in from the far side, evading the head of Clark inside the box. It's kept in play though by Dixon on this near side. Joe Morrison winning it back for Gosport, and his clearance falls as far as Green. Midway inside the Gosport half, Green back into 5 ball witches. And now Silla on the far side, passing it into Cook. Cook, right at the 18-yard box. But it's been well picked up though by Rafa Ramos. Rafa hitting it hard, deep into the Basingstoke half. Can't find Ethan Taylor, but it's been picked up by Adam Tommaso inside his own half. Into Bradley Tarbuck, just outside the centre circle. Now Charlie Vasmer skims the ball across into Benny Reid, the player who did get the goal for Gosport in that first half. Reid into Luke Cook. Tarbuck chipping the ball into Reid. And Reid just couldn't quite get onto the end of it before being cleared there by Brown. And Brown's clearance is going to be run onto by the looks of it from Clark. But that's good positioning though from Ryan Hall, as he dispatches it back into the Basingstoke half before being picked up by Green. Tommaso fighting for that ball, but Green coming forward. Up against Tarbuck now on this near side. He's still striding forward, Green. Done well to make it this far, to be honest. He's had Tarbuck beside him that whole duration before eventually Tarbuck just got a little bit frustrated there, pushing Green to the floor. I mean, not really that much of a foul from Tarbuck, but needs to be a little bit careful, Jeremy Tarbuck.
Yeah, he's
on the yellow.
the tightrope of the yellow card, isn't he? So I think he does need to be a little bit mindful of that. But then if you take the fire out of his performance, you lose half the player that he is. So it really is a tightrope to walk.
Charlie Vasmus slashing a ball into the Basingstoke half. It's being picked up by goal scorer Billy Upton in the centre circle. A little bit of a miscalculated pass. Sees it go out of play for a Gosport throw-in. Just beside Dan Brownlee, the Basingstoke manager. Benny Reid takes the throw-in, passing it into Ethan Taylor inside the Gosport half. Ethan Taylor having to shrug off 2 Basingstoke players. Still dispatches across. Fights ahead of Ben Greenwood. Greenwood just losing possession there to Cook on the far side for Basingstoke. I'll try and get you some scores actually of the Southern League while I'm at it. I've got a VD printer somewhere. Chertsey Town, they're one apiece against Bracknell. Dorchester, goalless at Wimborne. Evesham, goalless at Hanwell Town. Farnham kicking off a little bit later. Gloucester, they lead Poole Town by 2-1. I'm going to cut back to this game. Luffin digs in a ball. It's going to be floated over Ryan Hall's crossbar, landing on the roof of the net. I'll return back to the scores. Obviously, Basingstoke leading 2-1 here at the AI Stadium. Havant and Waterlooville trailing to Uxbridge. Hungerford, they are also trailing to Plymouth Parkway. Taunton versus Sholen, that is goalless there. Berkhamsted, they lead Tiverton by 1-0. And Walton and Hersham, they're also goalless to Yate Town. So a few interesting scores. And like we were talking about, Jeremy, in the first half, that Gloucester City versus Poole Town game, it already feels like it's going to be a game which will have massive ramifications already early on, though.
Yeah, I think it will sort of influence the next how the next sort of set of games plays out at the top and the next sequence of fixtures plays out. But this early in the season, as much as a big game as it is, like I said, I don't seriously start looking at the league table until Christmas, and then from there on in, you really do look at it. But you're kind of still in the phony war sort of stage of the season where it's still sort of settling down.
Oh, Tarbuck down this right-hand channel. Just went for a low-driven cross there. It's been picked up by a Basingstoke defender. Now Benny Reid charging forward, passing it into Luke Cook. Luke Cook on right of the 18-yard box, drills in a ball. It's being cleared away by Armsworth. It's going to go out for a Gosport throw-in. 5 yards away from the right corner flag on this near side. Benny Reid preparing to take this throw-in. Passing it into Luke Cook. Cook shrugging off his man. Passing it into Tarbuck, but it just falls behind Tarbuck. Now Basingstoke looking to counter. It's a poor counter attack, albeit. It's Joe Morrison quickly there to get onto the end of a loose second ball, passing it into Ryan Hall, and Ryan Hall hacks it back into the Basingstoke half. There has been another goal at the Tiverton-Berkhamsted game. It's another goal for Berkhamsted. It's a former Gosport man who's got the goal, Billy Bissari.
It's interesting.
Yeah, a former fan favourite, I believe, here. A bit before my time, actually, at the club. But I remember hearing very positive things about Billy
He's a lovely
Bissari.
boy. Excuse me, he really is a lovely lad. When he's on his day, there's few better.
Well, in the goals today, Charlie Vasmer coming forward. He loses possession to Green, but Green gives it away back to Joe Morrison. Joe Morrison goes high into the sky before eventually it was Paul who won the header there, headed back into the Gosport half, picked up by Bradley Tarbuck. The ball just currently pinballing between the two sides before Benny Reed just smashed it out of play. Now Basingstoke have a throw in. 10 yards inside the Gosport half. O'Loughlin taking it, passing it into Dixon. It's come more centrally now into Brown. Brown lays it off to Armsworth. And it's a long cross from Armsworth. It's going to fall kindly into the gloves of Ryan Hall. It's not going to out into Ben Greenwood. Tommaso flicking a long high ball forward. It's actually been well brought down by Rafa Ramos before he eventually ran into trouble, running into Ball. And then Ball just giving it back into Joe Morrison. And so far, Jeremy, within this second half, hasn't really got going yet. It just feels like there hasn't really been any flow to this second half yet.
Yeah, and Gosport for me haven't got going yet either. And that was a bit of a clumsy one from Ethan Taylor on Billy Upton, but the referee's let it go.
Well, the throw-in quickly taken by Gosport. It's been thrown into Benny Reed. Benny Reed, 20 yards out. Now Luke Cook, trying to feed a ball back into Benny Reed, but losing possession to Basingstoke. And Luke Cook has just brought down one Billy Upton, midway inside the Basingstoke half. The referee just going over to check on the Basingstoke captain, but he is down holding his shoulder.
Nicely done.
Before Ethan Taylor trying to help the Basingstoke skipper back onto his feet.
Well, we've done it again, James. 1,000 plus.
Then?
1021, the gate here today.
I'll tell you what, that is another great attendance here at the AI Stadium.
It's amazing, really.
So is that
thanks to
1,000
everybody.
2 consecutive weeks now?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. You can't beat that.
I just wonder where we sit now when it comes to the Southern Premier League chart
Probably up
for best
towards
home
the top
attendances.
on attendances,
I think we could be top 3 now.
Yeah, easily.
Well, that is some going for Gosport. Really starting to establish a big fan base now. Let's hope we can give them something to cheer about though in the second half. Basingstoke still leading by 2-1. Gosport fighting for possession on the far side. Cook for the visitors coming forward. Lays it to Green. Green trying to feed the ball back into Cook, but it's been intercepted by Charlie Vasmer. And Tommaso just losing possession after a little bit of a heavy touch. Green midway inside the Gosport half. Looking to dance his way past Michael Fernandez. Instead passes right into Dixon. Dixon on the touchline. Back into Armsworth. Armsworth still inside his own half, striding forward. Passing it straight to Bradley Tarbuck. Adam Tommaso went sliding in, winning Gosport back possession. And now Tarbuck coming forward. He was brought down, but Michael Fernandez takes it over the Basingstoke back line. Forced to Rafa Ramos. And Ethan Taylor finishes off the opportunity. Gosport back onto level terms. That is great play by Rafa Ramos to feed it through into Ethan Taylor. Taylor, cool as you like, taps it home for Gosport. It's 2-2. What a game we have on our hands now.
.56, I'll make that.
Ethan Taylor once again though.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal scorer for Gosport after 56 minutes with the equaliser. Number 25, Ethan Taylor!
I mean, so prolific when in front of goal, Ethan Taylor. However, I think the applaudance deserves to go towards Rafa Ramos. Tenaciously kept that attack alive and did well to feed it to him, opening space.
Absolutely, what an equaliser. But Gosport now needs to be a little bit careful, so we haven't got time to dwell on that for very long, because Basingstoke come forward straight from the restart, and that's a free kick given away rather clumsily by Gosport Borough in a very dangerous position there. Can't quite see the player who's fouled, but Charlie Wasmer's having a little bit of a debate with the referee. Or is it Fernandez, the unlucky one? Because, yeah, I think Michael Fernandez is going in the book here, folks. When all's said and done, Basingstoke will have a free kick in a very, very difficult position for Gosport to defend. Yes, the yellow card is shown. So, right, okay, Gosport now must defend this free kick. It's about 30 yards out, maybe just a little less. Behind it is number 7, DeAndre Brown, almost dead centre. So the usual dilemma here is he's got to get the ball up and over the wall and down quite quickly. Further out you are, the slightly easier it is to do. However, Ryan Hall is only going to get a quick glimpse of this. And it's James Clark over it as well. DeAndre Brown, right-footed. Oh, just round the post and wide there, James. But
It wasn't far though, was
not
it?
far wide at all. So that was a bit of a wake-up call for Gosport, having just equalised to do that.
Looks like there will be another Gosport substitution.
Yeah.
I think it could be Harvey Solly coming on.
Solid, yeah, defo. 20 for 9. So it's Dan Wooden for Michael Fernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport Borough substitution coming on number 9, Dan Wooden, replacing number 20, Michael Fernandez.
And Jeremy, after scoring 4 goals in his last game, could he find another one today?
Who knows? I would imagine that Basingstoke would be a slightly more stern proposition than, with all the greatest respect, the Army were the other night. But you can never put it past Dan because he is such a wily old fox these days. And it's all about positioning and his experience and his physicality. And he'll certainly offer the visitors something else to think about here. So 2-2 then, folks. And this has got quite a game on our hands now, haven't we? And what a gate we have. You know, we got, that's the hour gone then, and we've got 1,000 people enjoying this inside the stadium. So,
well, Jeremy, I also want to ask you about the resilience of this Gosport side. It's the second time now in 2 weeks in which we have come from behind in a game to level the scores. I mean, it's showing great character from the boys.
yeah, absolutely. And this is what you want to see. You want to see a bit of bounce back ability, and rather than concede a couple of goals and you fold like a bit of wet paper. I think it's great to see a bit of determination and grit and character out there now. So yeah, that's really good to see.
And also by bringing on Dan Wooden as well, just a little bit indicative that it could be a change of formations as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and figure that out for ourselves, aren't we? Here we are.
Oh, Ethan Taylor coming forward, squaring the ball, just can't quite reach Rafa Ramos. Tell you what, there's certainly a good partnership forming between those two up front, Rafa and Ethan Taylor.
Yeah, and they're chalk and cheese, aren't they, in the way that they play, their physiques, their game, the way they play. And you need something different, don't you?
Well, I believe
Right,
the
let's get
ball
this
has
attendance
just gone
out,
out
shall
of
we?
play for another Gosport corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the attendance in the AEI Stadium this afternoon is another 1,000 plus 1. Well done, everyone. 1021, 1,021. Thank you very much.
So Ben Greenwood preparing to take this corner now in front of that outstanding attendance here at the AEI Stadium. The referee just having a word with Dan Wooden.
Yeah, it's a bit messy in there, isn't it? Lots of pushing and shoving.
Well, Ben Greenwood with this corner is swung in towards the front post, flicked away by Dixon. It's going to be chased down though by Ethan Taylor. Ben Greenwood just unable to keep it in play on this near side, but it still goes out for a Gosport throw-in.
Bit of an underwhelming set piece, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
execution was poor, and it's just poor. And Gosport will be disappointed with that. But they do have the throw, so they have another chance to build something here.
Benny Reid throwing it into Ethan Taylor outside the 18-yard box. Taylor laying it off into Rafa Ramos. Rafa with a good first touch. Still outside the 18-yard box. Shrugs off his man, goes for goal. Unfortunately, straight down the throat of Grant. But had power behind the shot. It certainly had conviction.
Certainly did. And I think Grant can count himself fortunate that it was literally straight at him. Maybe a foot either to or side of him there, then perhaps that would have really made the goalkeeper work, and maybe. But yeah, good effort from Ramos.
Cook with a long ball, trying to feed a ball into Silla on the far side. Silla just fighting against Ben Greenwood. And Silla winning that battle, passing it into Green. Green back into Silla, up against Greenwood still. turning into quite a good individual battle between those two. Now back to Green, Armsworth on the touchline, back inside the Basingstoke half. And I wonder if there's been any goals. There has been some goals as well in the Southern Premier. I'll come back to that as though Loughlin has just chested down a ball. Benny Reid doing well to overturn possession. Wimborne have broken the deadlock away to Dorchester. Will Fletcher scoring for the Magpies. The Gosport Leveller also coming up on the website. And Walton and Hersham, they've also broken their deadlock against Gate Town. Jack Harry Wood scoring for the Swans.
Yeah, there's some interesting scorelines out there, aren't there, for sure. But well, at the same time, though, James, should we really be surprised, given we discuss the same subject every week, how tight the league is now, how unpredictable it can be? You might be down the bottom of the table, but it doesn't mean you can't go and upset one of the big boys at the top. It can, does, and will happen. So,
well, out of all your years of watching Southern Premier League South, do you feel like this league could definitely be one of the contenders for being one of the most open we've seen in a long time?
Yes, and I think it's got better in that regard, because last season's league was very competitive and very tight, but this has just taken it to another level. And certainly, I have seen Gosport play in a few different divisions. Some of the divisions I've seen them in, it's been like night and day. You've had a group at the top, a group at the bottom, and the group at the bottom would have no chance. None. They wouldn't even get a result against the big boys.
Yeah.
But in this division, literally, it's so topsy-turvy that on any given day, anyone can beat anyone. And that's what I love about it. And so when people sort of say to me, well, they're bottom of the league, we should beat them, it should be easy. And I turn around and say, are you sure? Because no, I don't think so. In lots of divisions, yes, that's a convincing case. Not in this one.
Well, I think you can make the example of teams that have been relegated down into this league in the past. Weymouth really struggling in this league.
They are having a horrible
Havant
time.
and Waterloo currently trailing Topsbridge. So a team who's fairly recently gone down compared to a team that's just come up.
Yeah, it's Havant's second season since they've come down, and they struggled to adapt initially. Looked good for the playoffs and then lost out on the last day. And then this season, they really have struggled. And Weymouth, well, they've just had the most horrible time, haven't they, as a club?
Cook turning his man now into Adam Tommaso, midway inside the Basingstoke half. I thought just for a second Silla was going to take possession off of Ben Greenwood, but Greenwood just keeping his head down, passing it back into Ryan Hall. Did well in the end there. Adam Tommaso looking to win his aerial duel against Green. Green winning it, passing it back into Cook. Cook slashes a volley forward, chased down by Charlie Phasma. Phasma passing it back into Ryan Hall. Mint shirts putting pressure on the Gosport keeper, but in the end Ryan Hall did enough to clear his lines out for a throw-in. 5 yards away from the halfway line, still inside the Basingstoke half.
2-2, 20 minutes to the second half gone here, and an intriguing game. Is there going to be more twists to this? Yes.
Well, you would hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
still
absolutely.
plenty of time as well left.
For sure.
25 minutes, I think it is.
Yeah, got 25 minutes
yeah.
to go. 2-2, and Gosport now counter-attacking Basingstoke, James.
Tommaso on the ball, passing it into Rafa Ramos. Ramos on this left-hand side for Gosport. Got one assist. Can he find another? On the outside of the boot, passes it to Ethan Taylor. And Ethan Taylor actually did well to connect with the ball, just overturning it wide of the post. Once again, that link-up play between Rafa and Ethan Taylor.
Basingstoke about to bring on Liam Ferdinand, so this is the first significant change for them.
I think it's going to be more interesting who they bring off.
We talked about emptying the benches and the quality that the teams have to bring on, but there's no bigger argument than this one.
You feel like he has to be on the pitch, but so far you just feel like, well, none of the Basingstoke players really deserve to be coming off. I think they've all actually put in quite a good shift today.
I have a feeling that Dan Brownlee's going to be changing his formation, but
I think so.
We'll see if I'm right or
Well,
wrong.
I can't see it being a like-for-like with the Basingstoke strikers. Silla being in form so far in this game, Cook being lively, Green as well. Like Jeremy said, I can only really see it being a change of formations. We'll have to wait though and see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's the sort of player you want to bring on in the situation when you're looking to win the game.
Yeah.
And his experience and knowledge, you can't beat that really. Of all of Basingstoke substitutes, his is the marquee name out there.
Greenwood coming down this left-hand channel, still on the ball, keeps it in on the byline, rolls in and pass. It just can't reach
think that
Rafa
was the
Ramos.
goalkeeper that cut that out because he sort of lost his, it hit his foot, ricocheted off Grant's boot, and he sort of lost his balance. But yeah, Gosport threatening now, and we're waiting for Basingstoke to make that substitution.
A ball flicked over the Basingstoke back line. I think, as Jeremy alluded to it there, it's quite easy to read that was going to be offside. Rafa's still not happy though with that decision. It's quite interesting actually looking at Dan Brownlee's reaction. I think he wants to make the substitution as quick as possible.
Yeah, he's telling a player to go down, isn't he? That's a very clear instruction.
And look,
for
he's
me.
gone
And
down.
He's gone down.
He's gone down. Yeah.
Right on that far side. I think it might be O'Loughlin actually that's gone down.
It's really playing it nice, I think, visual one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But let's see if we're right here, whether it will be O'Loughlin coming off. But we are about to see the introduction of Liam Ferdinand to the Basingstoke Town attack.
Well, such a prolific goal scorer at this level.
Absolutely, yes. And but then Glenn Howes, the experienced manager that he is, will have done his homework. He'll understand the threat that's about to be put his way with this substitution, and I think he's having a little tete-a-tete there with Mark Summerhill, his new assistant manager. There's been a bit of a cabinet reshuffle at the club this week in terms of the coaching and management staff, and they won't be oblivious to this.
Well, there's been some more goals in the Southern Premier. Wimborne have doubled their lead away to Dorchester,
10.
and Gloucester
Ben
have
Cook.
made it 3 against Paul Town. So the score at the moment,
Ladies and
3-1.
gentlemen,
King
Basingstoke
Bayview
Town
scoring
substitution
for the
coming on with
Tigers.
14, Liam Ferdinand replacing number 10, Ben Cook.
So a little, I would say more. It looks like a change of formation. Cook playing more as a wide player in that game, and then Ferdinand, obviously that
And
forward
another one.
player.
15 for 2. Is that 15 for 2?
Yeah.
James
Yep,
Clark.
so Clark
Yeah.
off.
And a second substitution for our visitors. Coming on with 15, Brad Wilson replacing number 2, James Clark.
Well, Jeremy, 2 well-known players at this level. It's going to massively impact the game now. You feel?
Yeah, well, both managers are going to want to start shuffling the pack now, and they're going to want to start influencing things from the bench. And to be fair, Basingstoke making a very shrewd pair of substitutions there. Wilson, another interesting player to bring on, and I have no doubt that he, alongside Ferdinand, are going to give Gosport something to really think about in the last 20 minutes. Because 20 minutes there is left, 2 apiece.
Well, it suggests they're going to go for it now, aren't they? They're going to try and hunt for that third. Gosport also hunting for that third, though. I think it is going to set up a real good climax to this game. Basingstoke with possession at the moment, passing it to that substitute Ferdinand. Ferdinand laying it off into Dixon. Now ball into Green, controlling that midfield area up against 2 Gosport players and escaping both of them until he eventually ran into Rafa, who returns to possession. But Ethan Taylor just running into trouble inside the Basingstoke half. Now ball for the visitors. Passes it. And Dan Wooden picks it up, flicking it deep into the Basingstoke half. It's going to be charged down by Rafa Ramos. Rafa just unable to win possession. This ball coming forward now for the visitors down this right-hand side. Flicks it forward. It's going to be won by Liam Ferdinand before Joe Morrison eventually gets the right side, seeing it roll into the arms of Ryan Hall in the end.
Yeah, Ryan Hall, I was just thinking, he's really settled into his role as number 1 at the club this season. Last season was the goalkeeping position was a difficult one, but also was impressed in midweek by young Romy Ashley Hammond. He was very steady between the sticks.
Luke
Anyway.
Cook coming down this right-hand channel. He's got plenty of read on the overlap. Cook's going to go alone for the time being, though, shrugging off Green. Looks to cut outside, but in doing so, he runs it out of play. And Charlie Gunson, right of us in the press box, just had his head in his hands there with that. Perhaps feels like he should be on the pitch.
Yeah, he's sat just to our right-hand side, Charlie. And to be fair to him, he's had a bit of a nightmare with injuries.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him back on the park, but not in the near future, I suspect.
I'll tell you what, all 3 players sitting right of us could probably be in that squad today.
Yeah, too right.
Finwell Smith, Kaya Shaka.
Yeah, Kaya Sharkey, yeah, it was a big mess.
Well, if you think about it today, we've only really had that one stable midfielder in Adam Tommaso. We know Bradley Tarbart can play that midfield role, but more like to see him on the wing, if anything. Benny Reed with the throw-in into Tarbuck. Cook losing possession. Now Green coming forward for Basingstoke, passing it back into Billy Upton. Upton into Brown. Brown loses possession. It's being picked up by Tarbuck. Tarbuck chips it over the Basingstoke back line before eventually Grant comes out. Decides not to pick it up. I think he wants to do a little bit of time wasting, but still very early to be doing that.
Yeah, Brad's pass wasn't quite read properly there, and it just sort of drifted harmlessly towards the goalkeeper, didn't it? But I think this is going to be, when you look back on this game, this is going to be one that both sides will look back on, and the neutral will think, "Wow, that was a game enough," because it's been really entertaining stuff.
Dixon for the visitors outside the 18-yard box, looking to roll the ball. Somehow finds Silla back into Dixon. Dixon across to Brown. Brown lining up a shot. It takes a deflection. In the end, Ryan Hall did pretty well just to get down low quickly there. But then again, the ball didn't really have too much pace behind it.
Deflection took a substitution.
Yeah, I was going to say, Trevor Cable.
I think the deflection took a large amount of sting out of the shot there, James, to be honest. But Gosport are preparing Trevor Cable, yes. So,
that's going to be another attacking change then.
Too right.
And we know what Cable is like. Prolific.
Well, the game's up for grabs, isn't it? 2-all. Just coming up to a quarter of an hour left. This is anyone's. And I think the boldest team will win it.
Cook trying to play a pass forward. Still roaming forward. Cuts it into Ethan Taylor, but it just hits the back of Ethan Taylor. Unfortunate there. Now Basingstoke have a chance to counter through Brad Wilson coming down this left-hand side. Jumps over Tarbuck, but can't get past Benny Reed. Benny Reed also going down.
It's going to be Luke Cook.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport making their third substitution. Coming on number 17, Trevor Cable. Placing number 18, Luke Cook.
Quite a like-for-like change there.
Yes, both attacking players. Cable's pace, I would hope, would cause Basingstoke some issues.
Especially coming on as a sub as well. Yeah, I wonder if Harvey could be coming on as well.
Yeah, they're preparing Harvey Solly.
I wonder if it's going to be imminent as well. Obviously, Benny Reed receiving treatment. Glenn's asking.
Yeah, he's coming off. Yeah, you can see the signal from the physio there that he will be playing no further part, Benny Reed. So here's another one for Gosport. Substitution for Gosport Borough. Coming on number 12, Harvey Solly, replacing number 2, Benny Reed.
And to be fair, Benny Reed's been fantastic today.
Yes, he has. He's been very influential out there for me. So Gosport have just the one substitution remaining to them, if they want to use it. Basingstoke are keeping a couple of theirs at home. They've only made 2 out of a possible 5, James. So we'll see how Dan Brownlee chooses to approach that as we go into the last quarter of an hour, which we are. 75 minutes played here at the AI, 2-all, and an intriguing game. It is absolutely anyone's.
It really could go anyway, this game.
Yeah, and I think that both sides are going to have their chances. And Basingstoke appealing for a foul there on Ferdinand, pulled down by Morrison, but the referee decides to overlook that. So Benny Reed, you could just see straight away when he went down that he wasn't going to play any further part of that. And when you sort of saw the physio Martin just saying I think it's Martin saying no, you can't continue.
Brown coming forward, passes it into Green, but well read there by Rafa Ramos. Back into Ryan Hall. Also, we've got to note that Harvey Solly, he's going to add a little bit of a catalyst to this game as well.
All sorts going on over there, I thought.
And William was brought down 25 yards out. Ethan Taylor rolls the ball into Rafa Ramos. Ramos through on goal. Ramos just got the lead for the first time in the game. Takes his shirt off in an emphatic finish. A great celebration as well from the striker. But that is a masterclass in how you finish. We saw a great goal for the first goal. That's another great goal. A low, hard finish into the far corner. Rafa gives us the lead.
76. Ladies and gentlemen, goal for Gosport in the 76th minute, scored by number 11, Rafa Ramos. Boom!
He's just relentless, isn't he, Jeremy?
Absolutely prolific, that man. It's just, where did he finish that like that?
Oh, he took his shirt off in the celebration.
Yeah, he's gonna get yellow carded for that, isn't he?
I thought he was doing.
But so Gosport lead 3-2, and this game has had another twist. 13 minutes to go now, and Gosport leading Basingstoke by 3 goals to 2. But folks, wow. Are you still with us there? Basingstoke now will want to hit back hard and fast, and they're trying to force an opening down the right flank, and Ramos is on the floor. He's just trying to win the ball back in sheer dogged determination. Says that he does. The referee deemed he had fouled, so Basingstoke will have a free kick in a wide right position over there, over by their own fans who are segregated this afternoon.
Well, Jeremy, this is where Gosport just need to be careful now.
Yeah,
Don't give
they've
away
got a
those.
lead, and you've got 11 minutes left to defend it. Yeah, nothing daft now. I felt a little bit for Rafa there because he's just trying to get the ball. Referee deemed him to foul.
He sort of needs to be careful as well on the
He's
yellow.
on the yellow, yeah, because he took his shirt off.
Well, the cross has come in, headed away by Joe Morrison, forced to Brad Wilson outside the D. And now Green. A cross preparing to come in. It does come in. It finds ahead of Silla.
Yeah.
And Silla just nods it towards Ryan Hull. And Ryan Hull actually straight at him, but still a comfortable save.
Yeah, there was on target from Silla, and I think if that had gone a foot either side of Ryan, that might have found the back of the net for 3-3. Yeah, Basingstoke aren't going to lie down. They're not out of it, far from it. But can Gosport make it 4 and give themselves some daylight? As you said correctly, they've led for the first time here today.
Yeah.
Testament to their commitment and doggedness, really.
Tarbuck with the cross. Can it find Ethan Taylor? It's being cushioned. It can't just quite fall onto Rafa. Rafa now with a goal to his name. Basingstoke will be looking for that third as well. They're leveller. Well, once again, Jeremy, if it was to finish 3-2 today, obviously the same result to last week. I mean, once again, it's great character from Gosport.
Yes.
I know I keep saying it, but
no,
it's just a testament.
You can reiterate it because that's another come from behind job like it was last week. Everybody felt a little low after Plymouth Parkway did it to them in the FA Trophy 2 or 3 weeks ago. But since then, hasn't the response been fantastic?
It's been fantastic.
So no matter how they sentence, Gosport have always shown they can come back and turn the game on its head.
Well, even now, Gosport are still hunting for that fourth to try and kill off the game.
Need to.
Adam Tomasa with a long ball. It might pick out Rafa Ramos, but well defended there by Ball, who just heads it back into Grant.
Yeah, they need to really, James, to give themselves a little bit of daylight and a little bit of comfort zone, if you like. At 3-2, they can't relax, they can't switch off, can't afford to make any silly mistakes. We've got 10 minutes left here at the AI. 3-2.
Well, Basingstoke are preparing to make another change. That change will be George Reed coming on. It will be. I've just seen the board flash up. Didn't quite make who it was. I think it could be Olofen who's coming off.
Yeah, well, let's see the board, please.
Yep, Olofen coming off.
Basingstoke Town making a substitution. Coming on number 12, George Reed, replacing number 3, Joe O'Loughlin.
Well, that just shows they are going to go for it now, aren't
They've got to. They will. Of course they will. You know, they're not just going to give up. You know, you've got 9 minutes left. They're 3-2 down. It only takes a goal, only takes a second, and suddenly there's another massive plot twist in this story. And I think that at the moment we've got an injury, haven't we? Is that a Basingstoke player down over there in the?
I think it's Billy Upton.
Might be. Yeah, I can see the armband, captain's armband. So Upton's down. So they might, in the worst case scenario, be having to make yet another change because he doesn't look very comfortable, to be honest. And if you want one player on your side, it is a captain and a performer like Billy Upton. So he's being led off the pitch, but are Basingstoke going to replace him? That is the thing. He's walking around the pitch perimeter.
I think they're going to have to just see how he gets on.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back on, isn't he? Here he goes. He's into a trot now. The referee will wave him back on. Yeah, he's back on. So that's good news for Basingstoke there.
Wow. Since we last checked in the Southern Premier League, Uxbridge have made it 3-1 against Haventon Waterloo. It's another former Gosport player who's in the goals game, Namadi Nawaz Shuku, scoring for the visitors there.
Right, just to bring you back, James, there's a free kick to Basingstoke in a fairly dangerous position here.
Well, it's going to be Dixon taking this set piece on this left of centre side. Hasn't really done too much from set pieces. Neither has the whole Basingstoke side, though, to be fair. But can they capitalise from this one? Dixon. It's an in swing. It's a dangerous one.
It's gone all
And
the
it's
way
in
in.
the back of the net.
It's gone all the way in.
It's directly scored from Dixon. It flies through the crowd of Gosport players into the back of the net. I don't think Ryan Hall properly got a proper look at
I
that.
think Dixon's getting that, and that is with 80 minutes, 7 minutes to go.
Well,
so
it
I'm
just
giving that
dropped
83.
into the bottom right corner. It's another turn in this game. All came from nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Basingstoke goal in the 83rd minute, scored by number 11, James Dixon.
I'm not sure if I can really say that's poor defending.
Well, he didn't read it properly.
Because
and
he just didn't
goalkeeper
read it,
certainly didn't, did he? So, yeah.
But it had great goal, to be fair.
So we have another plot twist, 3-3 with 7 minutes to go. So, my goodness me, it's all back on the table again, isn't it? It's all up for grabs again. Gosport will be disappointed with that because it was a curling free kick. It should have been fairly easy to read, but it literally evaded everyone, didn't it? And so James is doing another update. He's been kept busy on socials today, isn't he? But Taylor at the other end for Gosport now squaring the ball off to Greenwood. The run down the left-hand side from Greenwood. Greenwood looks up. Little dink into the middle. It's beaten absolutely everybody. But a green-shirted defender, that's Armsworth because of the bandage on his arm, gets it away for Basingstoke. So 3 apiece now. A really intriguing final 6 minutes. But Gosport going for broke. Basingstoke going for broke. You really wished you were here to see this, to be honest. What a game of football. And it'll be a throw to just seeing which way that's going. Gosport get it on this near side in front of the away dugout. Solly's trying to steal a few yards, but the referee's not going to have any of that. Dan Brownlee getting instructions out to his visiting players. Throw goes long. Caborn can't quite control it, and Basingstoke will clear through the goal scorer, Dixon. And it comes straight back at them. But it's a case of from me to you here. Anyone thinking of the Chapel brothers, and you're right on. But the ball is pinging between the two teams. But now it's Gosport that will bring it away with Bradley Tarbuck. No, he loses it. This is Silla. Silla, the danger man, driving towards that goal. Can't keep it. And neither can Caborn. But DeAndre Brown looking for the shot. Squares it off to the right-hand side. Basingstoke threatening now. The cross is cut out by Greenwood. Gosport all of a sudden are looking a little bit ropey in defence. Basingstoke still trying to get the ball in. Here, DeAndre Brown trying to get the shot away. He can't. Morrison clears high into the sky. It drops down. And Basingstoke pushing for that winner. Because at this point, you would think with 5 minutes to go, the next goal will win. You hear it in the park all the time. Next goal wins. But that's so apt with this one. Ball over the top to Ferdinand. Can he make it pay? No, he can't. Ryan Hall will gather, and he will get Gosport underway with Harvey Solly in space down the right-hand side. Very, very frantic stuff. The ball played through to Caborn. Will he keep it in play? Yes, he will. Caborn now down the right-hand side for Gosport Borough, driving into the area. Gets the ball across, and the keeper at his near post makes a very smart save here. This is breathless stuff. 3-3 with 4 minutes to go, and this game literally is anyone's, James. Anyone's.
Silla on the touchline. Harvey Solly just knocking it out. But as you were saying, Jeremy, it is literally end-to-end stuff. There's going to be another twist and turn in this. Ethan Jones coming on, and it's going to be Rafa coming off.
Substitution for Gosport Borough. Coming on, number 22, Ethan Jones. Facing number 11, Rafa Ramos. So, yeah, that's the Gosport bench emptied now. 4-5 substitutes on. Now, Ethan Jones has the chance to be a hero, does he not? But, it's calamity for Gosport! Oh, no! How on earth did that happen? And Silla has scored for Basingstoke. And it's absolute calamity.
Well, it's capitulation, isn't it?
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. 87 minutes now, and it's 4-3. And I'm guessing Silla's getting that.
Oh, Jeremy, just talk us through that goal.
Yeah, I'm going to get it checked, actually. Jim, can you check it? Just make sure it's Silla.
I think it was Silla celebrating. But
yeah, we're just going to have
I
the
didn't
goal
even
checked.
catch any of that with
No.
the tweet.
got someone right outside the door.
Well, we said this game was going to have another twist.
Yeah, and
We
they're
weren't
making the
expecting
change
that.
as well. Seventeen for 9.
Well, it's frantic stuff here at the AI Stadium. This game is literally non-stop. We're just awaiting confirmation of who got that fourth Basingstoke
Coming on
goal.
number 17, Marcus Johnson-Schuster, replacing number 9, Steve Siller. And also Basingstoke goal in the 87th minute was also scored by number 9, Steve Siller.
Well, Jeremy, for the listeners who quite didn't hear that, just talk us through that goal.
That was absolute calamity. Gosport defence all at sea, and Siller just it caught him by surprise. It sort of cannoned off his shin, and just the keeper was committed, and it sort of spun around Ryan Hall and just ended up dropping into the net. It was just calamity. But it is the most dramatic finale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basingstoke now leading by 4 goals to 3, and we're in the 89th minute. And Basingstoke want to make another change, so I'm guessing now it can only be Connor Barrett. He's the only one who hasn't come on. But Basingstoke Gosport has snatched defeat from the jaws of victory here at the moment. Basingstoke, this will be an amazing win for them. Real topsy-turvy stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Topsy-turvy stuff here.
Well, Ryan Hall bowls out to Charlie Vasmer. We've already said it, and we must have said it like 7 times within the last 10 minutes. It could change once again. Ethan Taylor brings down the ball, passing it into Bradley Tarbart, but Tarbart just can get onto the end of it before Billy Upton eventually clears it back into the Gosport half. Harvey Solly chasing it down. If the score is to stay the way it is, Jeremy, how do you think Glenn House and Mark Summerhill will be feeling about this game?
They won't be very pleased, will they? Let's be honest about it, because to be 3-2 up, having come back from 1-0 down and 2-1 down, 6 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's indicated there will be 6 added minutes. 6 minutes.
Gosport on the attack through Trevor Caborn. Caborn dancing his way forward outside the 18-yard box. Passing it into Greenwood. Greenwood chips it in. It's a deep cross. Headed away, but it's going to fall to Ethan Jones. Ethan Jones stabbed a shy goal. Straight out of mint shirt. Harvey Solly keeps his balance. Passing it into Ethan Taylor. Taylor going for a cross. Headed away there by a Basingstoke man.
Yeah, it's you just feel the game may be slipping away from Gosport, but they've got 6 minutes to save themselves, and we're in the first of those 6 added minutes. So, yeah. It's just, how do you sum this up?
Well,
it's been bonkers, crazy,
exactly.
but exciting, entertaining. Both sides have swapped the lead.
This is another contender for game of the season now, I feel.
Yeah,
Even
definitely.
if we are on the wrong side of it.
Definitely.
The ball floated long into Ethan Taylor. It's been brought down. Just hit the shoulder of the striker before Brunt sprinted off his line, coming out to collect the ball. Looks like Basingstoke are going to prepare for one last change. Just holding up the board at the moment.
Oh, and there, I'll tell you what, Ryan Hall's been hurt there, I think. Now, who was that kicked the ball out of his hands? More or less?
Ferdinand.
Substitution for Basingstoke coming. Can only be Connor Barrett. He's the only one left to come on. But for who?
No.
So it's going to be Brown
DeAndre
coming
Brown.
off.
Basingstoke town substitution coming on number 16, Connor Barrett, to replace number 7, DeAndre Brown.
Still time. Can Gosport find another late equaliser?
If they want to continue that unbeaten run in the league, which stretches back to when they lost at Uxbridge, I think it was their last defeat. They're going to have to do it, and they've got precisely 3.5 minutes to do it.
Charlie Vasman with that long ball forward there runs out of play for a Basingstoke throw-in, and they're just going to take as long as they possibly can with all these little set pieces, all the dark arts of the game.
Yeah, both benches have been emptied now, as we discussed earlier, that we thought they would, as the managers tried to influence the game. But yeah, we have got 3 minutes to go, a stoppage time. And obviously, another Basingstoke goal now would kill this one and put it absolutely to bed. But Gosport, they've got to gamble now. They've got to go long, they've got to go big, they've got to pick out their front two. And Wooden looking to have fouled
Billy Upton.
Billy Upton, who's already carrying a knock. The referee has stopped the game.
Also, Basingstoke do have a set piece now with us.
Too far out to be too.
Oh, it's not going to
It's on the
cause any
halfway
issue.
line, but
Just about
Upton,
10 those seconds.
yeah, well, it's more time being lost, isn't it, for Gosport to get that goal? And kind of Glenn House is urging his players to push up here.
Dixon with that set piece. It's going to fall into the left-hand channel. Can it be kept in play by Brad Wilson?
No,
He's
I don't
claiming
think so.
he should have won a corner.
Yeah, he has won a corner.
And the referee agrees.
He has, because Harvey Solly couldn't control it, and he went off his shin and went out for the corner. So yeah, 100%.
Well, with this corner, Jeremy, do they just keep it in that corner flag? Or do they try and really get off it?
Because we've still got 2.5 minutes to go. That's more than enough time for Gosport to hit back. So for me, I would say they're going to want to slow this down.
Well, the Gosport fans still in full voice. And they have just taken it towards the corner. They've got 3 Gosport players around them. Gosport actually doing well.
Yeah, but they're running out of
Winning
time though.
themselves.
And the 2 minutes they have left.
Well, they've lost possession midway inside their own half. Dixon for the visitors. Down his left-hand side. Brown wouldn't go sliding in, but instead gives it straight to Green. Ferdinand. Looking to scoop it over the Gosport back line, but in doing so, hits it out of play.
My gut is telling me, I hate to say it, from a Gosport perspective, my gut is telling me Basingstoke have got this now. Gosport have 90 seconds to find an equaliser. A dramatic, unthinkable equaliser that would mean this become an 8-goal classic. We've had a 7-goal thriller, but should they find an equaliser, it'll be an 8-goal classic, in my opinion.
Harvey Solly with the thrown inside his own half, passing it into Ryan Hall. Back to Solly. Solly inside his own half, goes high. It's going to be shielded down by Dan Wooden. Caborn stabs it forward. It's going to be chased down by Ethan Taylor right at the 18-yard box. He keeps it in play on the touchline.
Gosport.
He wins Gosport a throw-in. Potentially the last chance of the game. Caborn on the edge of the box, passing it into Solly. Harvey Solly going for a cross. It's an in-swinger, but it's been gathered by Grant.
Oh, I'll tell you what a critical stop that was from Simon Grant, because Wooden was rushing in. If Grant had not got there when he did, that would have been 4-4. Wooden would have rammed that into the back of the net. And we've got less than a minute to go for Basingstoke to hold on. And they will really enjoy this one, I have to say, if they do hold on to win it. Gosport, not so much. But then, having said that, Borough have a very quick chance to bounce back when they host Bracknell on Wednesday night. And hopefully learn a thing or two about the mistakes they've made today, because we've had the goals they conceded. 2 have been absolutely calamitous.
Yeah.
1 offside, clearly, as proven by our TV footage. That's one for the rest to learn from. But you can't take that away from Basingstoke. They had the chance, they took it. So can't take it away from them.
Reed coming down this left-hand side up against Harvey Solly. Looks like he's going to take it towards the left corner flag, in which he does, although he does attempt to cross it in. Goes out of play, and there is a full-time whistle. So it finishes here at the AEI Stadium.
Thank you very much for your support this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Basingstoke 4, Gosport 3.
Away. This coming Wednesday night will be entertained. Bracknell kicking off at 7:45. But for the moment, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Travel safely. Take care.
Well, Jeremy, still an action-filled game. Gosport just falling the wrong side of it. As for the Basingstoke fans, listeners watching at home, listening at home, they'd be ecstatic for that
Yeah,
result.
and fair play. You know what? I've got no issues with that at all. Fair play to them. They came out on top in an absolutely entertaining, bonkers, fun game of football, and anyone could have had it, and Basingstoke ran out winners. But Gosport will look at themselves and they'll look at the goals they've conceded, particularly the one that won the game for the visitors, and they will think, how on earth did that happen? Because it was just, the goals were as bonkers as the game.
Yeah.
Especially that last one.
Although, though, Jeremy, there are still a lot of signs of promise from that performance, I think.
Yeah, but the fact that they came back from behind twice. But as a player, on both sides, you will probably go away and think, my goodness, that was a great game to be part of. You know, and as for Silla, he's written the headlines, hasn't he?
Yep.
We picked him out as a danger man early on, and he's proved it to be.
Well, just before we go, I'll run you through some of the late scores in the Southern Premier and some of the results while we're at it as well. It's just flicked off my screen actually now I said that. Well, Walton and Hersham, they currently sit top of the summit on 31 points. They lead in 2-1. Paul Town have clawed a late goal back against Gloucester City. I don't think it's finished there, so could Paul Town cause a late upset and could they grab a late important point? The other big scores, obviously, in the Southern Premier, big 3 points for Basingstoke today. Means Gosport do drop down to 10th in the league on 17 points. But as Jeremy said, we do go again Wednesday night when we do take on Bracknell. That'll be another critical showing from Gosport.
Yeah, look at the faces of those players coming off. They know what's going on there. They know they will be bitterly disappointed with that. But yeah, it's going to be it's a game for the ages, but they're on the wrong end of it today, I'm afraid. But then look at the positives. They've shown a lot of character, determination to come back. But Basingstoke, to be fair, they kept themselves in it, and they ended up winning the game. Look at their supporters over there in their little enclosure.
Yeah.
They're loving it, and why not?
Yeah. Well done to them. We go again Wednesday night. Final words from us as always. Up the borough.
Up the bar.